Well, for more on this, we can speak to Max Kutner. He's a senior writer for Newsweek and is joining us from New York. Max Kutner, thanks for joining us here. Well, first of all, let's just pick up where the Dems have left us off there. Is this just, as you see it, a way of covering up the investigation into what's happened between the Trump campaign and Russia?
Certainly a lot of people feel it is that way. That is not the reasoning that was given by the Deputy Attorney General in this memorandum that has gone public. That made it seem like the firing was entirely because of former Director Comey's handling of the Hillary Clinton email matter, specifically last July and in October. But certainly the speculation is that we have to see this as related to the Russia case.
I mean, Donald Trump came into office with attacks on the FBI and the CIA. There was this talk of him undermining the security services. It seemed like it's settled a bit. This now decision to sack the head of the FBI must be causing immense unhappiness among the rank and file of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yes, and I've heard from people in the FBI this morning, and the words they used were stunned, shocked, disgusted. They have a job to do, and they're going to continue doing it this week and even today. The FBI has 50,000 investigations a year, so they do have work to get back to doing. But yeah, this really hasn't been done in this way before. There's only been one U.S. president to ever fire an FBI director. That was in 1993. But even in that case, the situation was much different. In that case, an ethics office had found evidence of misconduct. We haven't really seen that here.
Max, just take a step back for a moment and look at the signs that we're seeing in the past 24 hours or so. We've seen the Russian ambassador turning up, the Russian foreign minister turning up unannounced. We've seen the Russian ambassador in the White House. We've seen Donald Trump sitting next to Henry Kissinger, and all this talk of Watergate. I mean, what kind of signal do you think the White House are trying to send to us, if any at all?
I don't know if they're trying to send a signal. It just could be perhaps bad optics. Perhaps someone didn't think about how this would look, or the White House didn't care how this would look.
Absolutely. I mean, so going forward now, where are we going to get to with this investigation? They are moving forward apace in both the Senate and the House, but of course this will put a slight pause, I would have thought, on those investigations coming to their conclusion timely.
So I'm told by people in the FBI that the investigation will continue as planned. There are likely people in different field offices across the country working on this case. These rank and file people, as you put it before, will continue working on it. There's officials overseeing this case besides the FBI director, a little bit lower down. They're still in office, in place. They're going to continue overseeing the investigation. So really the only change is at the top. And I'm told that an FBI director and even people at a lower level can call off a case at any point. There's no reason to think yet that will happen in this case. But of course, people will be watching who President Trump appoints to replace Director Comey.
And finally, and as quickly as you can, Max, from the people you've spoken to, have they given you any time frame as to when we might get a sort of a resolution to this?
I haven't heard that. What I personally speculate, I think we could see something from Trump like he did during his campaign. He put out a list of potential Supreme Court nominees, and he said, I promise you I will pick someone from this list. So I think this is going to move very quickly, and we're going to see in the coming days who President Trump wants for this position. There's already some names being floated unofficially among people on the right.
Okay, Max Kutner, senior writer for Newsweek, thanks for joining us.